welcome to another episode of Subscribe. This time not in the studio, but at the IoT Solutions World Congress here in Barcelona. And I'm standing right in front of the Microsoft booth. And since we have a booth set up and we have a nice demo set up, I thought it would be a good idea to record a brief episode here. And now I'm going to go over there and talk to Nicole. And here is, as promised, Nicole. Who are you? What are you doing?
Hi, I'm Nicole Berdy. I'm a program manager on the Azure IoT Services team.
Great. So we have a wonderful demo here, so why don't we show?
All right, I'd love to show the demo. So this is a demo of a project we worked on with Rockwell Automation. And here you can see the map of different oil pumps throughout the United States that Rockwell Automation owns. We worked with Rockwell on the Rockwell owns pumps. They generate all the data that gets sent to the cloud, and then Azure from there takes over and we process all the data, we do the crunching, we run through the business logic that Rockwell supplies, and then we show it in this nice dashboard, and all this is built on top of Azure. Here you can see kind of an at-a-glance view of what's going on with our pump setup throughout the US, and you can see some at-a-glance overview information of different locations, assets, alerts. You get a table of the different alerts to give you the heads-up information about what's really most important about what's going on. Now, most of these pumps are doing pretty well, but I want to look at this. There's one in Wisconsin that I want to dig into a little more. So, we look at that. See what's up with Green Bay. And here you can see an overview of the pump itself and kind of a more deep dive. You get the pump information, like identification information, and then a diagram of the pump, as well as some overall status of what's going on with the pump. And you can see that one of these sensors, I think it's an air filtration filter, is showing us a problem. So I want to look at what's going on with that. So I can click into that and get some details about what's going on. And I can see that this is an air filter alert. My air filter is showing a temperature that is decreasing over time. So you can tell that the temperature is kind of going generally upward. And at the bottom you can see predictive, okay, if it continues at this trend, what's going to happen is that the temperature will be above the recommended level and the pump will fail, for example, before the scheduled maintenance. And this is a problem because, like, if our pump fails, then we lose output from that pump. We could have some serious problems to the infrastructure in that drilling area. So what we want to do is call out a repair guy to fix this now, before the scheduled maintenance, to get this pump working before it fails, essentially. So I can go ahead and click on create a ticket, and we're sending a ticket to the customer saying, hey, your oil well has a problem, it's too hot. We'll update our CRM system, and now we're good to go. We send a repairman out to that pump, and we no longer have to worry about it failing before its service is due. We've already taken care of that problem.
Fabulous. So what is this built on?
Built on Azure. Specifically, the data from these oil rigs is being sent to Azure Event Hubs, which is our high throughput, high reliability telemetry ingestion system. So it takes all the data coming from the pumps and holds it until whatever business logic Rockwell wants to run comes and pulls the data out of the pumps. And there could be multiple different applications. Event Hubs can handle it just fine. And from there, it goes to Azure Stream Analytics, where it will run different queries, pick out different bits of information, and there might be many such jobs. They could use other analytics platforms as well, such as Storm or HD Insights. And from there, we can either send that data directly to storage for just cold storage, kind of keeping a running track record of what's going on with that pump system, or we can display it in a dashboard, such as the one we built here, or we could use Power BI to display that. And from Stream Analytics, it's just a couple clicks and you get your Power BI dashboard set up with Stream Analytics data.
That is fabulous.
Yeah.
So we have a reference architecture for all those things, and we're going to have some news around making those things easier in
the coming weeks.
In the coming weeks. So that'll be an interesting space to watch. Thank you very much, Nicole.
Yeah, no problem.
Fabulous. So here we have Colin.
Hello.
Hello. So Colin, what do you do at Microsoft?
I'm a product marketing manager in Windows IoT.
Fabulous. So we have some Windows IoT. So what am I looking at here?
So the device you're looking at there is a Minnow Board Max. That's got the Intel Atom chip on it, and it's a dev board for rapidly prototyping your devices, building out devices. So this board here is actually running Windows 10 IoT Core. So it's running the core version of Windows 10, and then you can see here the pins. These are like general purpose input-output pins, I2C, and from Windows 10 Universal Apps now you can talk directly to the buses, the hardware layer. So you don't need to write separate like drivers and everything. From a modern UAP app, you can talk direct. Obviously, here's a blinky light.
So the classic blinking light.
Yes, the classic blinking light application. But really, what that means is, if you're developing, doing some rapid prototyping of a device or an IoT device, you can actually really rapidly prototype with UAP apps. And then on this one, we have the device next to us is obviously, this one's headless, so again Windows 10 will run without a screen, and this one is a Raspberry Pi. I can turn that around for you if you want.
Yep.
This is a Raspberry Pi running the same OS, Windows 10 IoT Core. This one has a little proximity sensor. You see the UI screen change.
Yeah.
So just a very, I call it the poor man's digital sign.
Yes.
But just a proof of concept. But again, we have Windows 10 IoT Core, and then we have the Universal Windows app talking directly to the pins.
So on that screen here, so this is connected to the normal Pi video out, right?
Yep, this is HDMI.
Okay. So the way you're building these UIs is you're just using the same tools as you do for regular Windows apps, is it?
Correct. So I'm Visual Studio 2015, and then this is a XAML app, a C# XAML application. Took just a couple of lines of code.
So effectively, if you have skills for building Windows phone apps, or if you have, or how we call this now, Windows 10 mobile, or for regular Windows apps, you can use those skills for these IoT devices and for the Raspberry Pi and for those boards if you have video out for them.
That's correct.
That is
correct. Yeah. So your same skill sets you have today, you can use across all these small devices.
Great. Well, thank you.
Oh, you're more than welcome.